Once upon a time, in a land very far away, there was a small, peaceful village named Serenity. Nestled between lush green hills and a sparkling blue river, Serenity was a haven of tranquility and harmony. The villagers lived simple lives, their days filled with hard work and their nights with restful sleep. This is the story of a day in Serenity, a day that was just like any other, yet special in its own way. The day began with the first rays of the sun gently kissing the dew-kissed leaves. The rooster crowed, announcing the dawn, and the village slowly came to life. The baker, a jovial man named Tom, was the first to wake. He yawned, stretched, and began his daily routine of kneading dough and stoking the fire in his oven. The smell of fresh bread soon wafted through the village, a comforting aroma that signaled the start of a new day. Next door, the blacksmith, a burly man named John, began his work. The rhythmic clanging of his hammer against metal was a familiar sound, a melody that added to the symphony of the village. Despite the strenuous nature of his work, John always had a smile on his face. He loved his craft and took pride in creating tools and utensils that the villagers used in their daily lives. As the morning progressed, the children of the village made their way to the school, their laughter and chatter adding a youthful energy to the serene atmosphere. The school was a small, one-room building, but it was filled with knowledge and wisdom. The teacher, a kind and patient woman named Mary, taught the children not just about math and science, but also about life and the importance of kindness and respect. In the afternoon, the villagers gathered in the town square for their daily market. Fresh fruits and vegetables, handcrafted goods, and homemade pastries were laid out on wooden stalls. The air was filled with friendly banter and the exchange of stories. The market was not just a place for trade, but also a place for community and camaraderie. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, the villagers started to wind down. The children returned home from school, their minds buzzing with new knowledge. The adults finished their work, their bodies tired but their spirits high. The aroma of home-cooked meals filled the air, and families gathered around their dinner tables, sharing food and stories from their day. As night fell, the village was bathed in the soft glow of the moon and stars. The only sounds were the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant hooting of an owl. The villagers retreated to their homes, their hearts filled with contentment and peace. In their beds, they closed their eyes and drifted off to sleep, their minds filled with dreams of the day that had passed and the day that was to come. The village of Serenity was quiet, but it was a quiet filled with life and love. And so, the day ended, just as it had begun, peacefully. This was a day in Serenity, a day that was just like any other, yet special in its own way. It was a day filled with simple joys, hard work, and the warmth of community. It was a day that reminded everyone that in the midst of the hustle and bustle of life, there is always a place for peace and tranquility. In the grand scheme of things, Serenity was just a small village. But for the people who lived there, it was their whole world. It was a world filled with love, laughter, and peace. It was a world where every day was a beautiful day, a day to be cherished and remembered. In Serenity, life was not about the destination, but the journey. Every task, no matter how mundane, was performed with care and love. Every interaction, no matter how brief, was filled with kindness and respect. Every moment, no matter how ordinary, was savored and cherished. This was the magic of Serenity. It was not in its picturesque landscape or its idyllic atmosphere. It was in its people, in their way of life. It was in their belief that happiness is not found in grand adventures or extraordinary events, but in the simple, everyday moments. It was in their understanding that peace is not the absence of noise, but the presence of harmony. As the villagers of Serenity slept, their dreams were filled with images of their beautiful village. They dreamt of the sparkling blue river, the lush green hills, and the golden rays of the sun. They dreamt of their friends and family, their laughter and their love. They dreamt of their work and their play, their struggles and their triumphs. And when they woke up the next day, they were ready to live another day in Serenity. They were ready to knead the dough, to stoke the fire, to teach the children, to trade at the market, to share meals and stories. They were ready to live, to love, to laugh, to learn. This is the story of a day in Serenity, a day that was just like any other, yet special in its own way. It is a story of peace and tranquility, of love and community, of simplicity and joy. It is a story that reminds us that life is not about the grandeur of our achievements, but the beauty of our moments. It is a story that teaches us that happiness is not a destination, but a journey. And so, as the sun rose on another day in Serenity, the villagers woke up, ready to live another day in their beautiful village. They woke up, ready to create more moments, more memories, more stories. They woke up, ready to live their simple, peaceful, beautiful life. And in the end, isn't that what life is all about? Living each day with love and joy, cherishing each moment with gratitude and grace, creating a life that is not just filled with days, but days that are filled with life. This is the lesson from Serenity, a lesson that is as timeless as the hills and the river, as universal as the sun and the stars. And so, the story of Serenity continues, one day at a time, one moment at a time. It is a story that is being written every day, by every villager, in every action, in every interaction. It is a story that is as beautiful as it is simple, as profound as it is ordinary. It is the story of life, the story of love, the story of serenity,